Welcome to the NovaLeague, I'm Gremlin, and lately on the channel, I've been kind of obsessed with the Alola region and my Ultra Sun and Moon Shiny Living Dex, so I figured it was time to take a break from Gen 7 and vary the content on the channel a bit so I don't berate you guys with Alola Shinies. So I decided to do an old Full Odds hunt in the Johto region, specifically Crystal Virtual Console. But the thing is, I don't shiny hunt just to get a shiny. There's always some other reason. So why am I hunting for Exeggutor? Because I'm a liar. Alright, let me explain myself. The goal for my Shiny Alola Living Dex is to find every Generation 7 Shiny Pokemon and Alolan form, including lock removals, using a mix of full odds on recording or stream focusing on new targets, and methods off recording or stream focusing on repeats for the Dex. Like this one.
This is it. This is the last starter. That's crazy.
Hooray.
Would you like to give it a name? Yes, I would. This is Owag, like from Void Jumpers. I'm gonna guess Quirky. That's the last starter I needed. That is a neutral nature. It is Quirky!
Hooray.
Oh my god! He's quirked up! And what a great way to end it. What a quirky little owl. With a gun!
But I had previously said that I wanted all the shinies to come from these two cartridges to later be stored on my main file, the Ultra Moon. And for almost everything, that is still the case, but at least so far, there is one single exception. I want this quest to serve as a sort of celebration of Generation 7, showcasing all of its aspects. Like, I showed off the SOS method, I have plans to highlight Mantine Surf in the Ultra Warp Ride, Island Scan, Pokepelago, Ride Pokemon, stuff like that. And a part of Generation 7 that is integral to my enjoyment of Pokemon as a series are the Virtual Console games. See, I was introduced to Pokemon way later than my friends, somehow completely missing out on knowing about its existence until Pokemon Go. And when I wanted to get into the series, luckily Generation 1 Virtual Console games had just released on the eShop, so I figured it best to start with the start. And soon enough, they released Generation 2 as well. Now, the thing that's special about these games that I think firmly ties them to the Generation 7 experience is that for the first time ever, you could transfer Generation 1 and 2 Pokemon from their original games to future titles, as previously the jump from Gen 1 and 2 to 3 was impossible. And with Virtual Console, it still is. You can transfer Pokemon up, but only directly into Generation 7. And in Gen 7, they introduced the Game Boy Origin mark for Pokemon that were transferred via this method, as well as in Ultra Sun and Moon, if you had a Pokemon transfer from a different region, you get access to a special photo club background of that region. So they wanted you to do this, and I think also, they wanted you to transfer in Pokemon that would evolve into Alolan forms. Regional forms are a staple in the Pokemon series now, but they were introduced via Alolan forms in Sun and Moon. And when they were introduced, they were all forms of Generation 1 Pokemon. Most of them were special forms of both the pre-evolution and evolutions of a particular line, like with Rattata, Meowth, Grimer, Diglett, Sandshrew, Vulpix, and Geodude. But there were a handful that evolved from standard non-regional form Pokemon. These special few being Pikachu into Alolan Raichu, Cubone into Alolan Marowak, and for this video, Exeggutor into Alolan Exeggutor. I wouldn't be surprised if part of the intention with transferability between Generation 1 and 2 Virtual Console games was for players to send up a Cubone, Pikachu, or Exeggutor to their Alola games and evolve them into their special new forms. And because of this synergy, I felt that I had to include this aspect of the game somewhere in the Dex quest. But I have plans for a special Marowak hunt and for a special Raichu hunt, so my only option to show this off is with Exeggutor. Though, honestly, that's a coincidence, because it just so happens that Exeggutor is the perfect Pokemon to show off this feature with, for a few reasons. First, and most boring, is purely practical. Any Pokemon transfer from Virtual Console immediately gains its hidden ability, and with Exeggutor's being Harvest and it having access to the move Bestow and Skill Swap, having a shiny Alolan Exeggutor built for SOS chaining would just be really cool. And more to the point that I think Game Freak may have intended us to use this transfer mechanic, Alolan Exeggutor was one of the most heavily advertised Alolan forms. It's inextricably linked to the region. You see it as early as Iki Town, and yet you can't catch one until you get to the last island of the game. You know, when you likely have a fully trained team already? What's that about? You can't use this thing for the majority of a playthrough of the Alola games, but in Crystal Virtual Console, you can catch a low-level Exeggutor from headbutting trees around the Lake of Rage. If you want an Exeggutor early in your playthrough, that's a pretty good way to get one. And the last reason, and the true reason that I initially got this idea, was that I think it would be really cool to have a shiny Exeggutor from the old games evolve into what is canonically implied to be its true form. I haven't talked a lot about Alolan forms yet, and I think now's the time. Regional forms, as a gimmick, in my opinion, are genuinely the best thing that Pokemon has ever done. Partly, this is because it breathes new life into old Pokemon and expands the number of unique designs in the decks without inflating the decks itself. But, also, for the longest time, Pokemon carried the stigma of misrepresenting what the word evolution meant to its massive audience, as the game portrays it as a sort of metamorphosis. But in Alola, with games focused on an environmental theme in its story, we're introduced to the concept of biological evolution and speciation. Entire Pokemon species, not just individuals, after being in a certain environment for so long over generations, adapt to better fit the region. I think this is exemplified best with Sandshrew, which is typically adapted for a desert environment, seemingly made of sand itself, but in Alola it became icy to better survive living in the mountains. But Exeggutor seems to be the opposite, in that everywhere else where we see this short stubby Exeggutor, that's what it looks like adapting to a subpar environment, whereas in Alola, we see its true form, its full potential. I never understood people who thought this design was too silly or stupid, because like, have you seen palm trees? They kinda just do look like that. I see palm trees every time I go outside, so it was nice to have a Pokemon based on them. And you may be wondering where I got the idea that this is its true form, and most of that is from Pokédex entries. The game straight up tells you this, but also, as far back as Generation 1, we saw art of the box of the jungle set of Pokemon cards depicting a long-necked Exeggutor. This is fascinating to me. In a way, this Alolan form has been canon from the start, or at least the idea has been in the back of the minds of people behind the games for almost as long as they've been around. And so my goal is to find a shiny in the old games, transfer it up, and allow it to evolve into the form that it deserves. A shiny Alolan Pokemon with a little Game Boy icon. But in order to see this vision through, I had to single system hunt in a game with 1 in 8,192 shiny odds, headbutting trees, which doesn't guarantee an encounter every time, very slowly, with a 65% chance of encountering Hoot-Hoot, 15% chance to find Venonat, and a 20% chance to find Exeggutor. And I only started this hunt when I did because I desperately needed a break from a hunt that's been taking me 2 months for this quest. Which, if you watched the last video, you know I'm having trouble looking for a Araquanid. Spoiler, I'm on phase 16, and that's a 20% target too. So I was signing myself up for a hunt that I thought could take months, or even like a year or more. I was planning on doing this hunt in the background, picking it up every once in a while, and I was fully expecting to fill my boxes with shiny Hoo-Hoo before I found my target. And, you know, my luck has been way too good lately when it comes to being under odds, so I was ready to really put in some encounters. So I sat down, headbutting trees, and I picked back up my Mew hunt that I've been doing a little bit over the last few months here and there, and I got to hunting. And, well, let's just say that my luck in 2025 has been weird, because somehow this video is coming out before Araquanid. I hope you enjoy. Whoa! What the hell? Already? That's not even a little bit what I thought its shiny looked like in Gen 2. It's got like purple in it. We've already phased 1043? Oh my god. I just started recording today. I feel like we're gonna see a few of these, 1043 is nuts. Oh, whoa, dude. Let me just throw a Great Ball. I don't think I have any way to, like, make it easier to catch. Wow, it's been a while since I found an old full odd shiny. Does Pikachu have... Oh, you have Thunder Wave. Yeah, let's swap into, my shiny Pikachu. Odd Egg Pichu, by the way. The purple on this is really nice. This is cool. Thunder Wave. Wow, dude. I was not expecting anything anytime soon. Okay, bag. Great Ball. 1. No? Okay. Let's throw a single Ultra Ball. 1, 2. No? It's not shaking at all. This is crazy, man. 1, 2, 3. Caught it. Okay. What? Give it a name? I don't have one planned. No, that looks crazy with the purple. Let's send it out. 1 in 8,192, and we found it at 1,043. That is nuts. Phase 1 for Exeggutor. I really don't know what to do with the Alola document. If I should include the phases for this other game or not. Okay, there we go. We got an encounter. We've got a normal Hoo-Hoo for comparison, and shiny Hoo-Hoo. That is crazy! The yellow and purple is so cool. I think I have Noctowl in Gen 2 as a phase for Girafarig, I think. This is so cool, man. I guess my Alola Dex Quest luck extends beyond just the Gen 7 games. It knows somehow. Yeah, I'll see you with the next one. This is crazy. What? Oh! No way! No way! Oh! No way! No way! What the hell? Second phase? Under odds? Before Araquanid? Holy sh... Oh, I was so ready for this to take forever! Oh my god! No actual way! What the hell? I thought this was gonna be like a background project for the entirety of the Alola Dex. There's no way! Only the second phase, 1,341. That looks insane! I'm so glad I decided to do it like this. What? What? Hold on, let me... It's on the capture card, so let me get an alternate view here. There's my layout, and then here it is on the 3DS with the little Game Boy Color frame thing. That's so sick. Oh, wow. I'm like frozen in shock. This is crazy. It is nuts that if you like include both of my old full odds phases into my average for the Alola Dex, it actually lowers my average. What is my luck? That looks nuts. Okay. I'm shaking. It's female. Cool. Let me just go to the bag and let's just throw an Ultra Ball and see how this does. 1, 2, 3. Caught it. Okay. What? How was the Alolan Exeggutor video done before Araquanid? I've been like splitting my hunts like half the day doing this, half the day Araquanid. What is going on? This is also a 20%. If even one is separated from the group, the energy bond between the 6 will make them rejoin instantly. There it is. Wow, that's so good. I do have a nickname for it, but the thing is, I wasn't planning on hunting it here, and so I don't know that this will actually fit. Oh, maybe it will. Oh, it barely doesn't. I was gonna name it Palm Springs. We're just gonna name it Palm Spring. Singular. One singular Palm Spring. Okay, let me save. What the hell? This is crazy. Oh my god. Okay, let's send this thing out. There are no natures in Gen 2, so no nature guess yet, not till we transfer it up. Let's check the summary screen. Look at that thing! Palm Spring! Singular! There she is. Okay, this is so sick, dude. I was fully ready to, like, I think Araquanid has scarred me. For those that, I mean, this video is coming out before, which is nuts. It's almost been 2 months since I've been hunting a 20% Araquanid, and I'm on phase, like, 15 or 16. And this is also a 20% target in an old full odds game on phase 2. I was fully ready. The reason I started this hunt now was because I was fully ready for the video to come out like a year from now and have 10 hoots in it or something. We've got a normal Furret. And that is nuts. What a crazy back spray, crazy shiny. I almost feel bad transferring it out of Gen 2, but that's the entire point of getting this thing. Is it gonna die right now? The Gen 2 sparkles are so nice too. But yeah, I was so ready for this to be like a background project that took forever. No, we just have it. So under odds, both phases didn't even break 2,000. What is my luck right now? I love shiny hunting, man. I like stopped the recording and just kind of sat here trying to take this all in, like, what? I'm so glad I decided to do this. This was not my original plan for Exeggutor. I was gonna get it way later in the game, but yeah, let's deposit Palm Spring, singular. We're not gonna see it in Gen 2 for long. That's a little bit bittersweet, but wow. Okay, save. Okay, so the way this works, we open up Pokemon Transporter. Transporter's taking a bit to load. Communicating with the bank server. Dude, I really hope bank doesn't shut down. I kind of forgot that Transporter was like part of, like, it also needed to connect to the internet. I hope they keep bank up forever, as unlikely as that is. Oh, I forgot it did the whole box at once. So I guess we are also sending up Hoot Hoot as one of the phases, and also a Togepi and a Paris. I don't need those, so that's fine. This is crazy, dude. I was not expecting to find a shiny today. It's ridiculous to me that the hunt for Exeggutor was quicker than for Araquanid. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, use Pokemon Bank for Ultra Moon. Over 500 hours in it now. I'm loving this Dex quest so much. 7,947 Pokemiles. Yeah, I'd like 794 battle points. Okay, so we got the transport box here. Move in the unnamed Hoot Hoot and Palm Spring. You can see the little Game Boy icon there. And we open up Pokemon Ultra Moon, the Dex quest file. I'm so excited to see this. I can't even. What? How? Thanks for the 794 battle points. That's nuts. So we've got to show off phase 1, Hoot Hoot. It's hardy nature with tinted lens. It's got the little Game Boy origin mark icon there. And I'm gonna guess quirky for Palm Spring, and it is also hardy. Is it guaranteed hardy or something? And look at that. The little Game Boy icon. It's like golden. It was like more yellow in Gen 2, and now it's like orangey golden. And it's Harvest as well. Guaranteed hidden ability. Seems to have traveled across both space and time to reach you from the Johto region in the good old days. Let's put both of them in the party to show them off. 2 yellow, rotund Pokemon from Crystal Virtual Console. This is awesome. Regular Petalil and Shiny Hoot Hoot phase 1. I love that it briefly shows both of its legs when it's sent out. That is so bright. Look at him dancing around. Look at her, sorry, dancing around. So round and silly. Oh my god, that's very close up. And next, we've got normal Meowth and Palm Spring. That's crazy, dude. Look at that. So silly. It's a one facing behind. Hi. I should mention, by the way, that the reason I named it Palm Spring, if you've been keeping up with the series, I'm naming all of the targets after stuff from my books. This seems fairly random. I will have you know. An important location in Thrones 3 is Palm Springs. And this is going to turn into a giant palm tree, which are all over the place in Palm Springs. So let's evolve it now, actually. Yeah, and you know, very interesting thing. We haven't evolved any Alolan forms yet, but the Alola games do something really interesting that other games that have regional forms haven't done again, which is kind of unfortunate, but they have a special evolution screen specifically for Alolan forms. I think I have a Leaf Stone from Pokepelago. All right, just like that. Oh, hold on. You know what? Are there any moves I'm going to be missing out on? Pre-evolution only moves. Bestow. Oh, no. I'm glad I checked that, because I do actually need that move. I will save and then show off the evolution and then reset. And it also has the green background too. But yeah, listen to this evolution music in this special background. It's awesome. That's so cool, dude. It's a shame we're gonna have to wait for it anyway because of the move. I don't know, I'll try to figure out something, but that's so cool, man. I love that it's so tall that it gets cut off at the top. There it is. It'll be added to the Pokedex. Of course, we're gonna undo all this, so we get a preview. That's awesome. The dragon type now instead of psychic. I love the deep brownish red for the leaves. Dude, that's so cool. I love this Pokemon. I don't understand anybody that hates this thing. But something I want to check out. We're here at the photo thing, and I think your Exeggutor, you brought it from the Johto region, right? Someone like you can take pictures against the inspiring backdrop of that region's bell tower. Yes, that's what I wanted. Look at that. Zoom out. Go up. Dude. That is sick. It was worth getting it in Gen 2 specifically for this, man. Oh, wow. The colors match so well. Look at this thing. It is ridiculous, man. This has got to be one of my favorite Alolan forms. That's so funny. Let's also check it out and refresh and send it out before we reset and turn it back into eggs. That is not Exeggutor. That is Hoot Hoot. Hello. We actually don't care about you. Okay. Oh my god, its head is all the way up there. Hello. Have one of my many beans. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. That's so funny. This thing is, in my opinion, so much better than standard Exeggutor. Look at it. If you don't like that, what you're seeing right now, you have no whimsy in your life. All right? This is hilarious. The sparkle is so little up there, and you can't see anything from this angle. Oh, the little face in the back tail is hilarious. This thing is awesome, man. Dragon Hammer. I love this thing. We're back with the eggs. So that's just a preview of what we have to look forward to. But yeah, that was done. I genuinely thought that this video was going to be another one of those long ones with a whole bunch of shinies in it. But no, we found a grand total of 2 Generation 2 shinies for the Gen 7 Alola Dex. Fun little side tangent there. That is awesome. I'll see you with the next one. Hopefully, it doesn't take us too long to find Araquanid. I would like to get started on Turtonator. It was a nice change of pace to do some Gen 2 stuff on the side. I'm so glad that was quick, because I'm so glad I decided to do that. Hope you guys liked this one. If you did like the video, subscribe for more Alola videos and or videos that aren't technically Alola videos that are actually Alola videos in disguise. And I will see you with the next one. Okay, bye!